Y'all want to see me skydiving? I'll do it. All right. All that work for 20,000 views. Oh, shit. I'm going to need 100,000 views on my vlogs. All right. Anyway, main event. All right. Sleeping with the enemy. Ladies and gentlemen, take a look at this. Sleeping with the enemy. Let me run through some data. We just talked about this briefly. It is relation. It is proximity, relation, and lightness that are more likely to bankrupt you in the game of life. And I've just pulled up a couple of pieces of data here just to show you why is it when that your spouse dies or a girlfriend or boyfriend, when you die, the first suspect of the crime, when police find out that the person died or was married, is the husband or the wife. Why is it that that person is always the first person to be considered the suspect? Number one, statistically, your partner, your spouse, is by far the most likely person to delete you. Statistically, fuck what you heard. Fuck what the news said. Fuck what Black Lives Matter said and the pro-blacks and the defund the police. You're more likely to die at the hands of your girlfriend, statistically, or your wife, or your boyfriend or your husband. You're more likely. Why? First of all, you know where they're located. Second of all, there's an attraction there. There's an attachment. So there's an attachment. Sometimes the attachment, there's argument. Sometimes things go left. Sometimes you can't get. Also, you're vulnerable. You're more vulnerable with that person. Meaning that they know when you eat, they know when you sleep, they know where you come, they know where you go. They have the most access to you in your location, and then you can attack when vulnerable. For instance, the daughter that deleted her father, she knew where she was. There was an argument. She tripped him and then pickaxed his ass, right? There's passion, there's attachment, there's jealousy. Everything that you need to commit a murder is right there in your relationship. Now, watch this. And I hope you guys knew that. The most usual suspect in any person, if you're married, and you, especially if you die in your house, if you die in your house, the most obvious suspect is the spouse. All right? That is the most obvious suspect, especially in certain neighborhoods. Like you live way out in the woods. Your spouse dies. I watch a lot of crime shows. Your spouse dies. You did it, right? Because what's the likelihood somebody came up to rob that house? Very slim to none. You live in a cul-de-sac. Your house gets attacked, robbed, and ransacked. One person dies. One person lives. You're the obvious suspect. Okay? Nobody else's house got broken in. They just found your house. I live in an area where you literally, if something happened to me, somebody came and targeted me, because it would be completely random to find me where I am and I'll be the only one affected. Right? And the cops would be able to, they'd be able to whittle down the list of suspects very quickly. First of all, it wouldn't be random because I live kind of way out in the boondocks. I live somewhere, and even my location of where I live, it would be completely beyond the belief for it to be random. It would be an obvious targeted hit. Okay. And if it was a girl, right? If it was a woman, yeah, you would see it right there. And it says right here, spouses, always the suspect. No matter who you are or what you do in life, if your spouse has been deleted, you can expect to be the suspect. Okay. You're going to be the suspect in these situations here. So again, proximity, likeness, and relation. And relation does go to not just blood relative, but also association related to dating or marriage. So that's relation as well. All right. So, yeah, there's that. Okay. So let me get to this story here. Why do I have these stories all out of order? Oh, I was pulling up stuff. Let me see here. I'm closing windows so my stream doesn't start messing up. And I'll get that soul food name at some particular point. All right. Closing up windows. Okay, so case in point in this particular story here, there was a deletion of this husband right here. Poor Gump. And again, take a look at the guy. He's a pastor, a beloved pastor. And these guys went on a mission. They were missionaries. So apparently they went somewhere in Africa and they were doing missionary work. He wasn't getting any missionary sex, apparently, and we're going to find out why he got deleted. All right, and that might have been the cause. But the shocking reveal of why this has happened, there's the husband, there's the wife, why the long face, how many kids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. Also, there they are, they're the loving couple. All right, the loving couple. And most bad things that happen to men in marriage, the man is a beta male. All right, the man is the beta male and he gets ran over. And he probably is a nice guy. Nice guys end up dead at the hands of their wives, right? More than likely. Look at Jodi Arias. All right, you never see like a masculine guy get tripped up by his wife. So there she is right there, the lovely couple and the lovely family. Thank God they blurred the kids' faces. Not the African kids, though. And there he is doing God's work. There he is right there. He sold his house. All right, beta male. Beta male. All right, this is definitely a beta male. Not to talk bad on him, but definitely beta male. Beta male energy. So what we know about the dating and a marriage relationship is women target beta males at the end of their fertility window, right? They will run the streets and then they will be like, oh, okay, I want a guy to take care of me. I want a good guy. Nice guys finish last. Early in life, they deal with all the alphas, the Chads, the Tyrones, the bad guys, the drug dealers, and all of that shit. They deal with that early in life. Later, 30s, beta males. And so to make your marriage work, you got to beta the fuck out. Okay, where's my story at? So, obvious beta male. Yeah.
And that's you.
All right, and then we got this right there. There he is doing God's work. There she is. Uh-oh. All right, we know about white women that go over to Africa with them boys. We'll talk about that in another show. All right, so let's give you the story here. Let's go to this clip. Let's give you the story about what happened.
For hire plot leaves a beloved pastor dead and 3 men and the pastor's wife facing charges. I take a deep dive into the twisted murder plot and how investigators say the case unraveled. Welcome to Crime Fix. I'm Anjanette Levy. Bo Schroyer was living in Angola in Africa with his wife, Jackie, and their 5 children. He was serving on a Christian mission. From the photos posted on social media, he and his family looked very happy. Schroyer and his family moved to Angola in 2021 through a North Carolina-based organization, SIM, to teach residents about Christianity. On October 25th, something went terribly wrong. Bo Schroyer was murdered in Angola in what police there called a violent attack. Photos of his SUV show blood on the front seat, and we've blurred a little bit of this for you.
Thank you.
Bo Schroyer, a loving father to 5 children, was murdered in his own vehicle. On October 27th, the pastor at Lakes Area Vineyard Church in Minnesota, where Schroyer and his family were members, announced that Bo Schroyer had been murdered.
And just 3 years ago, we sent them out to love and serve the people of Angola with the gospel. And
hey, man, I'm going to tell you something right now. If your church looks like this, do not invite me. I'm going to just let you know. If anybody talking at your church looks like this, hey, man, and God, hey, listen. God don't like ugly. I'm not anti-God. I'm see God Allah. But if your church looks like this, I'm not coming. I'm going to just let you know right now. I'm not coming. I'm coming to some hellfire and brimstone. I want some motherfucking thunder and lightning rocking when I come. I want Pastor Dowell. I want the Reverend X up there. I want some of these strong-minded ass churches. I don't want these caved-in chest-ass, bird-chested ass ninjas up here. All right, I'm not trying to go to no nice shit. I want some motherfucking dude in a robe and a crown, all right, with a cane, and I want the room shaking when he talk. I want him calling all kind of bitches and hoes and shit. I want him said, cover up, bitch. I want some... I don't need no, I need some Gino Jennings. I need some Gino Jennings up in this mother sucker. I need it rocking. I need somebody to conviction. I need to feel convicted when I go up in that mother sucker. Like, oh, they talking about me. All right, just to let me know. I'm not going to this moist ass shit right here, just to let y'all know, bro. But shout out to y'all. All right, shout out to y'all, man. I can't listen to this, man. TD Jakes, I don't want to hear that shit, no, because we already know what he doing. We already know what TD Jake's doing behind the scenes. I ain't going to him neither. All right, but let's continue here.
Years ago, we sent them out to love and serve the people of Angola with the gospel. And this past Friday afternoon, we received the heart-wrenching news that Bo had been killed in what we've been told was an act of violence. And since the news of his passing went public, our community has been reeling.
I would be asleep like a mother sucker listening to this ninja. All right, I would be asleep. All right, but this is sad news to report.
At this point, there are still many details about what's happened that are unknown, and because of the nature of what's happened, it remains a bit complicated. However, I do want to inform you that Jackie and the children are in really good hands right now. Not only are they in the precious and tender care of our Lord Jesus.
These ninjas fighting demons on Sunday. Oh, goodness. Man, y'all need to let me start a church. This ninja's fighting demons, man. I have a whole set of demons I'm fighting. It's going to be the young tenders in the front row. All right, but these ninjas fighting demons, bruh. All right, it's some...
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey,
all right, let's stick to the story. The story is they're trying to let the church know what happened here.
But they are surrounded with incredible support.
A killer was on the loose in Angola, or maybe killers. Police in Angola would soon say something wasn't adding up. A spokesperson for the Criminal Investigation Service told Angolan media that Bo Schroyer's wife, Jackie Schroyer, was distraught at the scene, and the investigation started with her statements. Investigators say they determined that Jackie Schroyer was having an affair with the family's security guard, who was one of 3 alleged hitmen. The day of the murder, investigators said 3 men, hired by Jackie for $50,000, rented a car and drove it to a remote area and staged a breakdown. Police said Jackie Schroyer and her guard lover apparently scouted the location a few days before because it wasn't populated. Police say the murder took place when Jackie Schroyer went into the woods to use the bathroom. At the scene, police recovered the murder weapon, a U.S.-made knife, $4,900 or 4.5 million kwanzas, and the getaway vehicle. Police say that Jackie Schroyer did not want to leave Angola despite her husband's mission coming to an end. After all, it was statements made by Jackie at the scene that prompted the criminal investigation.
Okay, all right. So what are we hearing here? Obviously, she was getting that punani stroked out by a ninja. A ninja, a bodyguard, was stroking that punani. Ninja, you out here doing the Lord's work, and she got that punani out here, wide open, splayed open, all in Angola. Somebody said Bangola. Getting banged out by your security guard, ninja. She was getting that Angola BBC. And then set the ninja up, sleeping next to this ninja, back all open. Look, this is what happens when you sleeping with the enemy. When you're in a relationship, you're vulnerable when you sleep. When you sleep, you're vulnerable. So you should be around. This is why we have shelter when we sleep, right? This is why we seek out shelter when we sleep. We're vulnerable, right? We can be attacked. Most of the time, we have our vulnerable areas exposed, chest, heart, genitals, right? You wide open sleep, drooling. Your senses aren't heightened. You can't sleep. You don't have your eyes adjusted to the lightness or the darkness. You're protecting yourself undercover. So when you're sleeping next to one vulnerably, you would hope this person does not get you attacked. So you've been sleeping next to this person, producing children, also vulnerable. Sex is vulnerable, right? You're naked. You're in between each other's genitals and legs and anatomy. This person has been shooting semen in this woman's body, producing children. She's been giving birth and incubating children. And this the one person that set you up. You've been sleeping next to this person for over a decade, vulnerably. And she been giving her genitals to another man behind your back, getting that long daddy dong stroke. And she the one scouting your murder, thoughting and plotting out there in the middle of Angola. And the mission is going to end. That means they're going to have to move back to wherever the hell they came from, to that Duke Shooter church. They're going to have to move back and she deletes the ninja. God dang. All for some long daddy dong stroke. She done fell in love with the dizzle. Let me see if we can see one of these ninjas. Look at his goofy long face and look at his face. Oh, she looked like she was born, like, bro, when she came out the birth canal, she got smashed on both sides of the head. Look at this long ass, and her gums all out. She looking like John Elway in the mouth. All right, my goodness. And she finally get the stroke of her life. And look at these niggas. Ninjas. Y'all ninjas always, okay, let's talk about these ninjas. Y'all ninjas always living and dying for some punani. All right, if that ain't gonna be, y'all should put that on your tombstone. Died without dick discipline. Live life, lived and died over punani. Ninjas will die over some punani. I got a clip to play y'all because I do have some time today. Yo, I got some time. Remind me of the Cam Newton clip.
Yeah, I got time.
If I forget, remind me of the Cam Newton clip. All right. So look, these ninjas will die over some punani, some peace leave. That's the only thing y'all got is some deals, Nick. All right. You live and die. Your whole reputation is dick. Oh my goodness. Look at these clowns, bruh. And then you set up other people too. So not only do you go down over some punani, you done set two other brothers up and a whole nother wife got set up over some pussy. I mean, you guys are crazy. All because y'all don't want to, man, I ain't gonna pay. Okay, how much did they pay for this punani? It was free at first. What do I tell you? Peace leave, you either pay on the front end or the back end. We all pay in the middle. We all pay in the middle. But watch this. The back end payment is always way more expensive than the front end payment. The back end is always more expensive than the front end. You're writing a blank check. So let's just say it was free at the beginning. There's a back end payment almost always. Every now and then you can get away with it. But you keep doing it, the back end payment's going to catch up to you. That back end payment cannot be negotiated. Right? The back end payment, once it shows up, you can't negotiate it. The front end payment, you can negotiate it. The back end payment is never negotiable. All right, it's hardly ever negotiable. And so here it is. It was free for a minute. And he was nutting up on her and all of that shit. They was hiding it, sneaking in the forest, in the rainforest, all in the goddamn safari. It was free for a minute. But guess what? Look at how much it costs right now. Look at how much it costs now. All right, now it cost you your life, the punani. And you about to go to jail for the rest of your life for a piece of peace leave. And it collects interest. People will refuse to see it this way. You pay on the front end, you pay on the back end. We all pay in the middle. The front end is negotiable. The back end is never negotiable. And it collects interest. And when it shows up, you can't be mad how it shows up. When the back end payment is announced, child support, childbirth, marriage, divorce, murder, beta male marriage. Okay. Now, how much did it cost? It was free. Now it ain't free, ninja. Now you ain't got no freedom. Yep, you get fired from your job. It was free for a minute. Now it costs a hefty ass payment. The Bible didn't try to tell y'all ninjas. All right, and keep playing this game. Y'all gonna keep playing this game. All right, let me see what we got here with the rest of the story. She didn't want to leave Angola because she was getting BBC'd out. And look, beta male. And then you done took other people's freedom for some pussy. I mean, come on, brothers.
Prompted the criminal investigation. Jackie Schroyer and her alleged lover, 24-year-old Bernardino Elias, were detained, and after hours of questioning, they were both arrested. Another suspect, known as Vin Diesel, was detained while trying to cross the border, while the third suspect remains on the run. Now, let's be clear. This is not Vin Diesel, the actor. There's no connection there. I just want to be 100% clear on that.
Thank you.
According to the SCI.
All right, let me stop right here. Okay, look. All right, so one of these is the ninja. Who do you think it is, the tall one or the short one? Because one suspect's on the run. One of these guys was given the BBC. One of these guys was given the BBC. I'm willing to believe it's the guy in the light color shirt. It's the guy in the light cover shirt. I'm just going to say, all right, the other guy is kind of, I don't know if she would give it up, give her life for this. I'm thinking it's the tall one. Tall one was giving the daddy long stroke on that. He was giving that 10-inch, $5 foot long on her right here. Yes.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
All right. It's definitely the one in the light color shirt, the tall gentleman right there with the chin strap goatee. It is definitely him. Vin Diesel, the other guy right here, not Vin Diesel, the actor. All right, and 24 years old. She definitely looks like she's in her 40s. Let me see how old she is. She definitely looks like she's well into her 40s, probably, mid-40s for sure, possibly late 40s. Okay, all the suspects. The lover is 24, and two guys were 23 and 22. It's always the young guys. It's always the young guys that fall for this bullshit. Right? All over a hoe. Okay, so yes, one guy is 24. He was the family's home security guard. She was having an affair and paid the guys $50,000. And now y'all going to jail. She is 44 years old. She looks 50. All right, she does look 50. She look old as shit. And of course, that's a white woman. White women age like a banana. All right, they age like a banana. They shelf life is short as fuck. All right, they got it. You got to get them early. They like Latinas, man. All right, so she definitely looked way over 44. I mean, she doesn't. Look at this woman. Look at this. And then you died over this. Remember we talked about this earlier? I talked about this earlier. A lot of us, our problems with women that drove us to this space, a lot of these women were mid, 4s, 5s. Mid. 4s, 5s, tops. It wasn't no 8 or 9 or a 10 that sent us here. It wasn't no beautiful woman that sent us here. It was literally a woman that looked like this that sent us here. Or it was a fat woman. Right? Sent us to the red pill. And you died over this muskrat. All she missing is the whiskers. I mean, you died. Hold on for a second. I do have another photo of her. And we can show here. I know this is the story here. I do have another photo of her. Pretty much there it is right there. I think that's possibly the same picture. Is this the same woman? Might be the same woman here. I think I'm seeing a resemblance here. She definitely Millie in the mouth too. She definitely Millie in the mouth. She got that Millie mouth too. All right. This is crazy. All right, let's get the rest of the story here. 24-year-old ninja stroking your wife's punani and you dead. Like, this is crazy, man. You can't trust nobody these days. All right, here we go right here.
Diesel was detained while we are grateful appealed to Jackie because now let's be clear, this is not Vin Diesel, the actor. There's no connection there. I just want to be 100% clear on that. According to the SCI, these men appealed to Jackie because of their past criminal convictions of robbery with a firearm and kidnapping. Sim USA leaders were shocked to hear the news and released a statement. It reads, "We are grateful to Angolan law enforcement for their diligence in investigating this matter and encourage patience and respect for all involved as the legal process unfolds." A sad case. We have 5 children now who are without parents because their father is dead and their mother is being held on murder charges.
Yes, it's extremely sad. I mean, think of it this way. You have this family of 7, a husband, a wife, and the 5 children, and they go to Angola to do missionary work. I mean, to help people in that impoverished country. And the next thing you know, he's dead and she's arrested as being an accomplice to his murder. I mean, it's extremely sad.
Very, very sad. And Talk to me about this area of Minnesota. We were talking that this is a rural area. This isn't like, the Minneapolis, St. Paul area where you live. And this is an area that's, a tourist area in some respects in the summer because of the lakes and things like that. And so this is a Christian family that goes overseas to do this missionary work. This has to be a shock to that community.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened. I don't think I need any more details for this story here. They're just gonna be yapping and yapping. All right, but what happened was, like you're saying here, this woman came from a small town, small community. She might have never gone through her whole phase. She might have grew up in church. She might have been a virgin. And she was doing missionary for her husband until she met Daddy Longstroke. And of course, I always tell you, women go through two whole phases. That's the college phase. And if she skips that, it will be post-marriage, or during the marriage that leads to post-marriage. They all go through those two whole phases. When they're young, going into college, maybe in high school, college, like freshman, sophomore year of college, or junior and senior year in high school, they'll go through that whole phase, number one. Number two, post-divorce. So it'll start and create the divorce, and then it'll be post-divorce. And then they'll get one of these things where they'll get a herpes, a child scare, or it'll end in some sort of passionate affair. Somebody might lose their life, and so forth. So this guy start hitting that bottom. And what do we say? I told you this yesterday. Most women have never gotten the thrill of having good orgasmic sex. Okay? They've never got the feeling of having good orgasmic sex. So this woman, all her life, has been with beta males, Christian men, missionary. And then here come this ninja, Daddy Longstroke. All right. Somebody said, making her feel pretty. You beautiful, you white pink-toed princess. He was telling her that. He ain't never stroked a white woman in his life. He been wanting to stroke a white woman and get that black skin against that pale skin. All right. And she a redhead too. She probably had a little bit of fire crotch going on. She had a little bit of carpet matching the drapes. He ain't never stroked a pale redhead girl. And he was giving her that. Yep, he was curling them toes. He had her squirting on his. He was putting her head down, stroking it from the back, the side, front, back, side to side. He done seen that red fire crotch down there in that little sticky bush. And he done roar. All right, he was giving it a roar, Thor of life. Where he at? Let me go pull him up. That brother was going crazy, the brother. All right, he started hitting that bottom. She ain't never felt nothing down there in that bottom. Had her squirting and screaming. He was putting stuff in her mouth and slapping it on her cheek. Okay, I'm talking about too much here. He was sucking her toes and all that. Had her weak in the knees. All right, shaking and convulsing and speaking in tongues. I guarantee you the husband never put that dick on her. And he probably ate that cat. Yep. This brother done did stuff to her that she just read in books. Put that back into the recliner. Put her in the Steiner recliner. And she just said, I'm going to kill this man. He gone. He good as gone to me. Killed the man over the Dill's Nick. Over that Daddy Longstroke. God dang, bang. All right, ain't no damn way. She said, I never knew love like this before. All right, it opened my eyes. All right, never had her singing and screaming, curl toes and all that shit. All right, yep, wet blankets and wet sheets, all that shit. She had the back of her throat getting tested. You know what I mean? He had the back of her throat with that little thing in the back of the throat. He was dibbling that bull. All right, anyway. She was hot tooing. And this beta male ain't never put it on her. Never. Yeah, your girl can get the rocked her socks. She ain't never felt that pipe. Look at this brother right here. You know he put it on her right there, right there.
Hey, yo, chill, son. Hey, yo.
She was testing that gag reflex. All right, down there in Angola. She was hawk to her and spitting and throwing up. Getting dominated in there. Getting dominated.
I like to get dominated.
Rounds. He probably was eating.
Did you eat that cat?
He probably was eating that cat up, slurping it. You know, there's some nasty ninjas. Y'all ninjas is nasty. All right, anyway, let me do the super chats. You know y'all nasty. He was slurping it. Sessions. Sweating. She was sweating. It got to be humid in Angola. He was giving her rounds. The bell was just ringing in her head. She was like, round 4, put him up. It's just like, ooh, wait. And then she said, kill him. I got to kill him. I ain't leaving this. I'll risk jail. I'm staying in Angola. All right. She was like, baby, we got to come back home. Go back to Minnesota. All them white men. Look, hold up for a second. Look, this is what this woman thought going back to Minnesota was going to look like. She said, oh, hell no. No. I ain't going back with you old tippy-toe ass, bird-chested ass beta males. Halfway Duke shooters. No fucking way. I'm staying here with Daddy Longstroke. Hell no, bruh. All that cold and snow, it's snowing for 10 months in Minnesota. All these pale ass men, recessed chin beta males. Hell no. I'll go to jail the rest of my life and fuck prison guards before I go back to Minnesota. Right. He said, no, I'm staying here with Daddy Longstroke. She ain't get him daddy season right now. Hell no.
Get him, daddy.
Nope. I ain't going back to these ninjas with these hairy backs and chests. You know these ninjas got hairy necks, hairy back, hairy ass chest ass ninja. Oh, hell no. Weak ass males. She wanted the Daddy Longstroke. Fuck that. They snowing already. It had been snowing since September in Minnesota. Fuck that. No. No. I'm staying here. She done risked killing this ninja to stay down there. That's what a woman to do to you, bruh. Yo girl, not my girl. Yes, your girl. Woo-wee. Enjoyed this clip. Check me out on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel for the best morning live stream every weekday. And of course, we're back for the evening live streams as well. Check out the times in the featured channels on this channel right here. And also the links are in the description box. I will see you there.
New world order.